we're back. It's now episode 3, and I think we're finally making progress. I did, because I went and edited the first 2 videos before I recorded this one. I did want to notice a couple things that I noticed. First of all, Phoenix's fingerprints are in the bottles because to take them out of a crate, you have to grab them. You grab them upside down. That's why his fingerprints are all like that. Second of all, I think, hold on. I think he did it, Kristoff. He just, look, there's 2 reasons why I think he's guilty. I'm just gonna come out full swinging. First of all, he had dinner with Phoenix the same night of the murder. And the second thing is he mentioned the blue cards before it was revealed, at least to us, that they were blue cards. And I find that suspicious. And I feel like he just, especially this pose he's making now, like, he's not looking the most innocent. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that, incriminating me. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I'd think you would know that. Yeah, oh, because he's guilty and a murderer. If I'm actually right about that, I'm going to lose my mind. I think you would know the answer to that. No. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Justice? Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. All right, now that the murderer has left the room, Phoenix, did my boss murder that other guy? Because I'm running with that theory right now. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? This one is a different chain. Hold on, if you look at this image, see his is like a dot chain, and this one is a, like, not dot chain. That could be non-important though. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. I think I've seen her before. Yeah, the magic wizard girl. I think her name's like Trucy or something. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it? No, it wasn't him! What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. For those of us who don't remember, it's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I would never accuse you of anything and like flash back to him accusing him of everything. Never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. It's because if you're good at lying, you're good at poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. And that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like court? What? Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everybody reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. Your kid, Apollo, please, how have you made it this far? That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. Flashback to when she went a little bit crazy. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Well, words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. I didn't. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret to you. But I'm not worthy, Phoenix, right? I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals, like... No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will, soon. Almost forgot, one more thing. About this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? He's a liar, I knew it! Apollo's like, I never trusted you! I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. Apollo's like, I have powers? And he's like, no. My, power? I had no idea my cord to steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. I really could have finished that last episode 5 minutes later. Oh well, you live, you learn. Yes, save my progress. Chapter 2. 4:20 at 12:14 p.m. District Court, room number 2. Court will now reconvince. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again?
Yeah, that's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a little bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. Take the stand. That's right. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser.
Not.
Oh, she's changed genres.
Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley.
Well. Okay. Oh, really?
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. I
only got one line out of you that sounded Russian, so it's okay.
And my last name really sounds like, oh, really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied.
Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
Fine.
Oh, she's looking to the left. Right. She looked a different direction. She could be lying.
Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
So you were in cahoots with the victim?
Not that he needed my help. Smith was a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
You swapped the cards!
Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it. It would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Oh really, oh really? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, yeah, that's right.
He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orley. Or oh really?
Oh really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? I'm bad. Like, arrested bad. You need to put me in jail.
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Oh, that was unnecessarily loud.
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. Okay, we already did all this, and Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Oh no, this is actually new information, I lied. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it.
I don't know about that, Chief.
It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant.
Okay, well, I already know what I'm gonna press. The one where she looked the other way and then put her hand on her head. That's like 2 signs of lying.
The trap was perfect, I tell you. It was that. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up.
Look who's talking. You're the cheater. And the justice is like, calm down, calm down. Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. Sorry. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? Who needs anybody? We'll all just leave. We can just all go to jail. I know what I'm gonna press you on already. Yada 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 yada. Yada yada. There we go. Hold it!
Wait.
Isn't that a little odd?
What's odd?
You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim.
What? Well, shit. Didn't think that far ahead.
What was that just now? My powers are awakening! Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. I think I just had a small seizure. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Yes! Miss Orley! You're hiding something!
What are you talking about? Me? Quick fingers, oh really? Hide something? A self-proclaimed bad guy would never do anything bad. The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Yeah, it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him.
Well, Wright didn't hit him, so...
With my own eyes, I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting? Like she's a fucking liar. That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts. Yeah, because she's lying. I noticed it when you pointed it out. I thought they just got more creative with the poses. Touching her neck, was it? I wouldn't... Oh my god, I zoomed in on her. I wouldn't say she's touching her neck here, but... What? What is happening right now? Whoa! Let's go... Yeah, are we having, like, a medical emergency? The sensation. It's coming into focus! I can see! There! That twitch, it's so clear! I would say she's grabbing her hair more than her neck. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before. Oh, I can hit R to perceive.
Gotcha!
Huh. Am I gonna actually use this in court? You touch your neck! And she's like, oh god! Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you were unaware of this yourself.
Unaware of what?
Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony,
You touch the back of your neck with your left hand. And that is why you're guilty of
murder.
my neck? So what?
Indeed. Justice, does this change anything? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. I really pulled that out of my ass, but I guess we're gonna run with it.
A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something? Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us. I hope so. Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her of the moment of the crime? Miss O'Reilly, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an erasable impression on your neck. Oh, did she get knocked out? I mean, this would be the only... Sure, oh wait. I mean, assume maybe she got hit by the bottle too? She's grabbing because she remembers getting knocked out?
Take that!
I mean, that's my best line of logic now. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon.
Oh shit.
But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? This is like really pulling on nothing here. What's he talking about now? Yeah, like she could just like touch her neck out of a nervous tick. I mean, clearly I'm right, but it was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you.
Shit, how did you figure that out? This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness habits? They're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a new mechanic. I mean, a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment.
She's like, I put my coat back on. Yep, I am not knowing anything. I'm Russian again.
We know you're not Russian.
What?
The witness will testify, please. Now.
Fine. I'm a pirate again. Yahar. Bah, fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there.
Different personality, but the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet her testimony is not. That means there's got to be a contradiction in there. Oh wow, I didn't realize it was gonna be one line. Quite. All right, well, shoot, I'll press her.
That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith, searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. He's the one who did it.
Yeah, that's not true because, hold on. This Nokia cell phone is why you're a liar. Take that! Miss O'Reilly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made the phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. You're a liar! So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. No! Is she just gonna put those horribly angled photos on the wall? I hope so.
The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night, I guess it, wasn't the defendant. It was someone else. We're watching this cutscene again now. It's gonna have new meaning.
Showdown time. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now.
It's gone. The card's gone.
I'm guessing who's saying what. You lose. Ah! Okay, well.
Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright. And he hit me. What the hell? I wasn't even involved.
You, some master of cheating you turned out to be.
Yeah. And then, I passed the fuck out. And then I woke up and he was dead. So, I don't know. Still pretty, damning evidence on Phoenix Wright. And when I came to...
The victim was already dead. Is that it?
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Mr. Smith, I'd be a suspect. And, I didn't commit a crime.
Well, where does this leave us?
Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and I frankly can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think of this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big, fat liar.
She's like, I'm not fat. What?
There were 3 in the room the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive, A motive? Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. I'm really starting to think he's the killer, and I was spot on about that. And the denouncement of that argument was murder.
What? I didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me.
Or maybe she is the killer and I'm thinking too much into it. But I'm gonna believe in myself. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. Oh, are you a poet now too? So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright. Such a hasty conclusion. Oh no, I'm right. Right. I can't believe it. That's crazy. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person, you, in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was not swapped. Holy cow, it was 4 red cards. Can y'all catch up? A single card was swapped into the victim's hands after the murder. And the one who swapped the cards didn't know 2 colors of cards are being used. A 4th person.
Ha! This theory again. Your 4th person doesn't exist.
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real, it's really feeling like it now. The real criminal. And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial. Oh my god, I'm not right about that, am I? What? I'm not right about that. I know what he's, oh my god. I know what he's talking about. No, Apollo, your subconscious knows what he's talking about. Remember what I said? The 4th person who swapped the cards? Yes, I know what it is. It's the oh my gosh. I'm actually losing my mind. He or she wasn't considering the color on the back of the cards. Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Oh, it's my bot! I knew it! That's crazy! That's crazy! I had that impression too, but why? Because my freaking boss mentor guy said it right at the beginning of the trial. He said, no, I know it's not Payne. You couldn't commit murder. I don't care. Hold on, court record. Who is this 4th person? I know. Apollo, don't panic. You're not being put on the spot. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game? My boss! Take that! It's you! Murderer standing next to me. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. And I like sharp hair in a man. I was right? Christoph Gavin, you were the 4th person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the colors of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. I was right because it wasn't revealed yet. Wow, I've never been this spot on before. The ones on the floor of the table. But look, you can see the colors in this photo, but not the backs of the cards. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence. I am actually really impressed with myself right now. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame. This is what I was talking about! Well, Christoph?
Shit.
Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? Huh? No, nothing. Excuse me. It was just so sudden. Right? You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph. You know even I'd never take a joke this far.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
I will say, okay, I mean, it is a little crazy, but I mean, that's this game. I assure you, I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Ah?
There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started because he had dinner with you! Oh! What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. You shut up. You shut up. The defense would like to request no such thing. Oh, great. We're turning against each other now. That's, Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related?
Oh, you little... Dang it. It's always the hot ones.
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss O'Reilly... I am to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Ah, that's why Phoenix I mean, I guess he already knew. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear his testimony? Yes! Why would I trust the guy who just tried to... This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through, even if my boss gets fired and my payroll is compromised. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Et tu, Justice? You would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth! So I'm guessing this isn't the one that they ship him with. Whatever. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. Hey, will you adopt me since my current teacher is a murderer and mad at me because I'm accusing him of murder? That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shoddy Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. Is it supposed to be shady? And I think it's supposed to be shady, and I've been reading it as shoddy. I just realized that. Whatever, it's too late now. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. And his phone rang. Mr. Gavin, you were at Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder? I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly.
Yeah, he mentioned at the beginning that he went to dinner with them. Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice! Sir! He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Yeah, you're not getting paid. Why can't I have a normal trial? That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table with this photograph. Okay, hold on. I want to look at the evidence. And this photograph, okay. It was a long chair. I don't really think that has anything to do with anything. Shoddy walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold. Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. I'm not sure about that. Because wasn't the phone call... Hold on. I don't remember the phone call exactly. I wish it would tell me what all he said. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney. Okay, I'm not believing the order here, because why would you call the police? I mean, I guess if the police were already on their way. I'm gonna press him on this. Could you explain why you called Mr. Oh, he already did that, dang it. I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Kristoff's law office would give me, a friend, rate for my defense fees. Glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved, after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice. You know what you have to do. Okay, he's lying. Yeah. When I returned, okay, I guess I should press on the murder. That seems like it should have been obvious in hindsight. And when you returned, the victim was already dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. Oh, a little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. That's when I made another phone call. Hold on. Back. A single blow to the head. But his hat was on, right? I feel like I'm gonna have to present something here. Oh, it was a blow to the head, not a cut to the head. Dang it. Nope. Objection! No, wait. Objection! You're wrong! It was a throw and not a cut. Uh-oh. I'm beginning to think I was wrong about that one as my health bar flashes red in the corner. Oh, come on. I was feeling good about that one. No, I'm not on the wrong track. Hold it! About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga O'Reilly mentioned.
The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
Also, if he's played for 7 years, I think it'd be pretty obvious there are 5 aces on the table. Oh wait, no, I see how it works. Never mind. I'm dumb. You swap the cards.
And just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Yes. A harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover.
A quirk?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. Does that mean anything to me? No, but it looks like there's a 5 of hearts on the floor right here. See? Okay, whatever. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice?
The murder weapon? Was there a card and... Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. But it's not in the bottle we have here, is it? Huh, a battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3, approves of this battle of wits. Dang it, stop using your title. Yeah, there's definitely, oh wait, can I move it around? Yeah, there's definitely like a substantial lack of card in here, so I bet that'll come into play. Please revise your testimony with this new information. Discovered the trap during the game. Present. Then where the heck is it? What happened? Objection! God, that was really aggressive, Apollo. And it's flashing red again. What? No, I just showed you the empty murder bottle. No, it doesn't contradict. Can you open your eyes, Judge? Whatever. Whatever. We can recover. I guess I'll just push him on it again. I discovered the trap during the game. Okay, can I, like, investigate this then, I guess? Or... examine? No clues here. There we go. That's what it wanted me to do. The bottle is completely empty. All right, I'm curious if now that I know how to do that, okay. Can I present the bottle now that I looked at it and confirmed it was empty? I'm gonna be a little bit... Objection! Are you kidding me? I just had to look at it. Now I'm positive this bottle's empty. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. Huh? No? What, Mr. Wright? Surely isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging... I'm not smart enough for that word. I won't have you messing up our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle and there was nothing. So what's going on? The bottles were swapped. Maybe. Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking? No, he has no reason to lie. Or did the card just disappear? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him hard at justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Ugh, why do I get the feeling we're not on our own client's side anymore? Yeah. I feel like... Okay, did that amend the testimony at all? Okay. I do want to push him on this. Because that crate of wine bottles was next to it. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin. Yeah, yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. Usual? I always eat at the table closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. We all need help in this courtroom. So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner? Indeed. The remnants of my meal with Christoph. We dined for 2 hours, then Christoph left. After that, Shoddy Smith walked in 5 minutes. I discovered the trap during the game. I disposed of the cards in the bottle. The girl was knocked out cold. I'm a little bit confused on what it wants me to do next, but that's okay. We're gonna figure it out. Okay. I'm curious, because it's a cut, right? I know I pointed this out before, and the Phoenix Wright games are notorious for this. Because look, a single blow to the forehead, resulting from blunt trauma, not a cut. I'm gonna do it again. No, that's wrong, dang it. I know I'm onto something. Do I have to present the photo of the injury? Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive my great crimes of presenting the autopsy report instead of the photo. I was on the right track. I had to present the photo that he had his hat on. I looked up at the tutorial, I was so mad. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes? Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Huh? You? You put the hat on the dead man's head. He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like in this photograph. And? I picked his hat up. Okay. I guess I wasn't right about the cut thing, but I was on the right track with the guy. I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why'd you do a thing like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So, Miss O really didn't see it? It being the victim's, his head? I'd think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Stop fighting! I'll turn this car around! Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell us the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Uh-huh. When I noticed the trap, I put the card into the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I've recorded our call. Okay, I was trying to find that on your phone. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Hey, Phoenix Wright, please go put the hat back on that dead guy down there. Don't ask how I know this. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? It wasn't you, was it? But he never said it. I guess, yeah, he's kind of incriminating himself here. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. Oh, shit, you put yourself in bad hands. Bone china plate? A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. Pate? I guess is how, I don't know. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. Yeah, there's a lot not right about it. He shouldn't know. He said hit him. He wouldn't know it was over the skull. I mean, I guess it's common sense, but it could have been back of the neck or back the face. There's a lot of things that could have happened. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left and he couldn't know he was looking at his hat on. How do you know he was bald? He left the Borscht Bowl Club? Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate? Oh, that's right. How did you know he was bald? He like turns and points to his boss. He's like bawling his eyes out. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. I mean, dang it, I still can't believe I was right about that. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. When I spotted Mr. Sith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? Shit. So, this is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on? Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix Wright? That's kind of smart of him, though, to set that trap so far in advance. Order! I will have order, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony? Yeah. Well, as the prosecutor, Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. After which Mr. Gavin will take take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day. All right, this is a good place to finish off this episode. We will come back and, I guess, arrest my boss and lose my job in the same day. I am shocked that I was right about him being the murderer. I guess I have a good sense for it. Anyways, see ya.